Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. It is a good one for me. Been enjoying the last bit of GDQ, including some wonderful runs today. Whew, but now is not GDQ time. Now is Shepherd time. That's right, today we are tackling something I have been wanting to do for a long time. One of my big to-do lists, which has been Mass Effect, everyone dies. And we're starting with the first Mass Effect, naturally, but the general rule here has been, I went through and found everyone I could try and kill. I actually have a written down checklist on my phone here, so I don't lose any track of anyone or miss anyone or anything like that. But the rules are simple. First rule, do they have a name? Like, not just generic Geth or generic mercenary or something like that. They have to have a name. 2, can I kill them? In that case, they gotta die. They got it, 100%. So that leaves us with a good chunk of stuff to get through. I don't know how long it'll take or anything like that, but we'll see what happens here, and then we'll carry that over to Mass Effect 2, and then Mass Effect 3, and we'll see ultimately how much we could die. Really, Mass Effect 1 is going to be the easy one. There really isn't that much variance, and especially not that much long-term effects to who we kill here. There's like 3 deaths that are maybe like long-term effect, but we're still going to go and kill the rest, because that is the rules of the game. Also, I should call attention that if you go over to Vicarian.com, our latest post there today has been to update what's been going on and what's going to be happening with the website and the stream moving forward, including some events that we have coming up, certain things like what we're planning on doing for the anniversary of the website, and as well as the next phase of the stream, as well as some things about like the story summaries and what we're doing there and whatnot. So the general update has been posted on Vicarian.com if you want to go check it out at some point. So, that being said, we have one bit of business first. Grimlona! Thank you for joining the party. I think with a name like Grimlona, I think the only appropriate class for you would be a necromancer, or maybe a black mage. Your pick. I'll let you choose. Alright, so with that in place, I think it's time to switch over into the game. We're just going to get started today, so we can get through as much game as possible. There we go. So I'd like to introduce you to Death Shepherd. He is here to bring you to the afterlife, because he is that hardcore, and he sort of looks like the Grim Reaper from that movie. The 7th Seal, or the 6th Seal, or whatever it is. Based on that, we went with Colonist Origin, because they have the easiest backstory quest in the game to kill someone with. One of which does not have a way you can really kill someone, and the other one is vague on whether or not you can kill them. I guess technically you can, but there's a lot more choices involved. That being said, so we went with this one because that one's actually a really easy one to get like a good quick kill of a storyline kill on someone. We went with Vanguard because, I mean, we're just going to be cutting through stuff here at this point. We're not playing on a super hard difficulty. This isn't an insanity run. This isn't super difficult. We're playing on the easiest difficulty because our goal is to bring death. And death is easier to bring when there's not much difficulty. Maximize death, minimize difficulty. That being said, I should give a warning up front if you're tuning in and you're really interested in seeing, like, what's the story like for Mass Effect? This will not be the run for you. We are probably going to be skipping a lot of dialogue, only really to view the circumstances of our decisions and when we kill people to make sure things go through correctly and whatnot. So we will be skipping quite a bit of just puffer dialogue and things like that. You won't be getting the whole full story here, but you will be seeing a lot of people die and seeing the full effects of that. Hopefully by the end of Mass Effect 3, you'll see the full effects of all of this as we try to kill the absolute maximum number of people. Which, as someone who tried to do that in Mass Effect 2, I can tell you, it's not an easy feat. The game makes it either really easy to fail, like to the point where you can't continue, or makes it too hard not to fail. Like, it makes it too easy to succeed, where it's really hard to kill certain people. And we'll see that. But that's mostly Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 1 does not have that problem. So that said, we have Death Shepherd here, and we're going to get started. Yes, I want to confirm.
Confirmed.
Yes, we want casual, legendary mode, sure. Squad power, yeah, sure, why not? Nope, we don't need tutorials. I know how to play the game.
Well,
It's so beautiful.
Shepherd.
I want to burn it down.
He knows how tough life can be out there. His parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
And then I killed them.
His unit killed on Torfin.
See, we started out with with already like a bank of
Is that
people
the kind
killed.
of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
And yes, we are absolutely hideous looking. They called it the greatest ship discovery in human history. The civilizations called it. A slow scroll? Is that what they called it? Okay, no, they don't. Literally, I don't think anyone in the game ever calls it that. You hear, like, Mass Effect Field being thrown around as a term.
Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
But, I don't think anyone ever calls humans finding the relics on Mars a Mass
You're
Effect.
connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit.
Shepard, put on your seatbelt, Shepard. Shepard! Seatbelts. Seatbelts, Shepard.
Board is
I'm
green.
creepy.
Approach run has begun.
Incredibly creepy. But that's the thing, he's supposed to look like the Grim Reaper. That was why I made him look that way.
Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
But he didn't say 0!
Thrusters,
no.
check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment.
No, we hate him.
You hate him.
Yeah.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. Besides, Spectre.
Yes.
You're paranoid.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
That's
Shut
enough.
up.
You're soldiers. Act like it.
Sorry, Commander.
Is Joker a soldier? I mean, he's enlisted in the
Just
Alliance,
cleared the
but that's
master
not...
relay, Captain.
Clearly,
Stealth
I mean,
systems
based off the
engaged.
class system, he's not,
Good. Find a
he's not a soldier. He's more like a infiltrator.
Mission report relayed
You
back
know,
to
'cause
Alliance brass
he
defense.
pilots things into places.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir.
Right?
I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant.
Ha ha.
You get that, Commander?
Great.
Yes, you.
You pissed the captain off, and now I'm going to pay for it.
Don't blame me. The captain's always in a bad mood.
Only one who's talking to you, Joker.
Joker.
He's a Spectre. They're always...
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres...
Don't care about any of you people.
Nihilus isn't telling us about this
Most of you won't survive.
Commander Shepard, I was
Hi.
hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
I don't want to talk to you,
What
though.
about? I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I want to know.
Never been there.
But you know of it. It's become something of a
No,
symbol for your people,
I've not.
hasn't it?
It's the first I've ever heard of it.
Humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Oh?
Are you trying to scare me, Spectre?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
They're like gangs,
I think
And,
it's about
like,
time we told the commander what's real. though.
space,
This mission is far more than
evangelicals.
run.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
Oh.
I don't like being kept in the dark, Captain.
This comes down from the top.
You just have the most pinchable
Information
cheeks.
strictly on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah.
A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I don't care.
What else can you tell me?
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years.
Right.
But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need
It doesn't have the facilities to handle milk.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
We can handle this on our own.
Unless something goes wrong.
There's more.
Nope, things won't go wrong.
Nihilus
I'm here.
isn't just here for the beacon.
It's not like everybody I ever meet dies permanently, forever.
Since when do we answer to the Spectres?
You're smart enough to know how things work, Commander.
No, I'm not.
The Alliance
I'm really
has pushed this
not.
For a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
I was impressed when I studied the reports from Torfin. A grim business, but you got the job done. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Just tell me what I have to do.
I need to see your skills for myself.
See, he stops complaining as soon as the specters come up. He's like, what? What? Unlimited, unquestioned authority to kill whoever I see fit? I'll take it.
To observe the mission.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Unskippable cutscene, Captain. You better see this.
Get down!
Who is shooting this footage?
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't.
I mean, they're talking to it like it's a camera. But they're also talking to it like it's a person. It's the hand! It told us to talk to it! We all must talk to the hand.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
38.5 what? Degrees? Seconds? I think that's more than 38 seconds into
17
the
minutes
video.
out left and no other Alliance ships in the area.
So where do you...
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission
All right.
got a lot more complicated.
Not really.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Do I have to take Alenko?
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Well,
Your team's
yeah,
seen muscle in
that's
this operation,
how they found the
Commander.
beacon.
Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What
Okay.
about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Survivors, he says.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
I don't like putting my life in the hands of a Turian, sir.
Nihilus is on our side.
Let's make it
He wants
racist.
you in the Spectres, and he wants that beacon.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
It's like there's plenty of reasons not to trust him, but the line's like, I don't trust a Spectre to watch our backs. I don't trust someone who, like, literally does not have to answer to anyone. Plenty of reasons to not trust him. And when you choose that line, what is it? I don't trust Turians. Okay, fine, yeah.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Real quick here, let's see what I can invest point-wise in. Warp throw, take a point of singularity. We're also going to take some intimidate, just in case we can use that for something anyway later on. Caden, need you to keep our... Sure, why not? Jenkins, I'm not going to spend points on you. For good reason. Look how winded Shepard gets just after a few seconds of running. Not even running, just casual jogging. I'm in better shape than Shepard is, apparently. Well, we're down one. Just run right past him. Not even investigate. No, I don't care about checking on Jenkins. He's dead.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Commander, Jenkins is back there. I really want to just like Caden to just bring it up in dialogue for the rest of this planet. Just constantly be asking, like, should we check on Jenkins? Jenkins is 3 miles back. I can't take credit for that one. Darn. See, you could tell in the opening video she's special because she has the different colored armor from everyone else on her squad.
Thanks for your help, Command. Gunnery
Yeah,
Chief
yeah,
Ashley
yeah.
Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
I
No.
need a status report, now.
I mean, yeah.
We were patrolling
no.
the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
Caden's just
think
pacing
there's
back around the back. Hey, Argo, how's it going?
Fail in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
You're coming with us, Williams. We need that beacon.
We need cannon
Aye, aye,
fodder.
sir. It's time for payback.
Move out.
far end of this trench.
Oh man, that game does just suck you in. I mean, I remember when I first played it, I was just completely taken in and like got lost in like all the different little things you could do, and I never completed it. Like, I mean, I beat the story. I beat the story, but like I never found all of the shrines, or I definitely did not find all the Koroks.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here.
I have a few games like that where they've just been sitting on them for a while.
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more.
I still haven't played Death Stranding. I got that when it like came out. Although, from what I've been told, that's probably a good thing, because the longer that one's been out... Oops, slap my mic. The longer that one's been out, the more and more, like, useful stuff it is to pick it up.
Let's get moving. Williams, where's the camp?
It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Seriously, 3 seconds and you can't keep running?
The camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh God, you're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Let's see. Can't target either of these guys yet. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, Mass Effect is a blast. I've loved this series. I remember playing it originally back on the Xbox 360. The Legendary Edition does make so many nice changes, though. Like just bringing combat in line, so it's not nearly as much of a clunky mess between one and the other two.
Security locks engaged.
I know security locks are engaged. That's why we have a Lanko here. I suppose I should actually give her some points, shouldn't I? Let's see here. I remember that! It was cool, you could just shout out like, shotgun! And it would change you over to the shotgun. I never got the hang of it though, it was like, it just... My brain didn't click back and forth with the Kinect. Original killing Michael gave you less XP. Yeah, it did! It was crazy! Wait, did they actually change it so you get equal XP now with being in and out of the Mako? I didn't know about that change. Oh man, that makes things so much nicer. Yeah, I've always had the instinct to just get out and fight things. You know, I remember still, like, getting to, like, New Game Plus playthrough, on casual difficulty and just getting out of the Mako and sniping a Thresher Maw to death. Alright. We toggle helmet. I don't like the helmet. I do like the PC version of the hacking minigame, though.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door.
Interesting point. I always wonder about this. Why does she think the Maker? Like, does this take place in like a super futuristic version of Dragon Age?
How did you end up in this shed?
We hid here during the attack. They must have come here for the beak. Luckily, it was.
No, I don't care what you have to say.
Saved the age of humanity.
What's up with your assistant?
Manuel has I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Here we go.
Good night, Manuel.
Good night, Manuel.
Silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
It's not a death, but I still feel good about it.
Might have been a little extreme, Commander.
Oh, you have yet to see extreme, Kolenko.
It was only a matter of time until he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
Williams.
I wonder if it is supposed to be like a kind of a slight allusion to the fact that like maybe Thetis isn't like is just another planet, and in the Mass Effect universe, like that planet still exists, and like she's from there, but not Earth. Like, I have no idea. I mean, that's a thing in StarCraft. I mean, with Blizzard games, both StarCraft and Warcraft are supposedly take place in the same universe. It's just all of the StarCraft stuff takes place on far more technologically advanced galaxy than Warcraft does. But they're in the same setting.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
Nihilus deserves to die right here. I've said it. I will say it, and I will say it again. He deserves to die right here. Why? Because he's seeing his best friend. You know, he knows Saren. He's known Saren from way back. And yet, all the different tubes and wires and all the coils coming out of his body doesn't throw a red flag. So either Saren has been a longtime big fan of piercings, or Nihilus is a moron. I have legendary XP on. Take that, you stupid puzzle.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
Nobody moves a muscle until we know who you are.
Nice going, Cole. I
Yeah.
told you we should have stayed hidden.
It's okay.
The legendary one caps you out at like level 30 max, but you gain like double as many skill points every time you level up. They also changed it so you don't have to be in New Game Plus to go all the way to level 60. Do I actually have to talk to these guys at all?
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just...
Yeah, okay, so it still
These
triggers the
guys are
conversation. Good.
soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez,
Yeah,
Blake,
give
you
us
gotta
the
learn
stuff.
to shut up.
If there's something you're not telling me...
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring. Nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You greedy bastard. You weren't running for your life. You were running to check on your merchandise.
No.
I love the look on Shepard's face in that conversation. He's just kind of like, I would have done the same.
Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know it was that bad on PC. I originally played it on console, so...
I'm only gonna ask this once. Think long and hard before you lie to me.
So they were just black blobs unless you patched
All
it?
you've got is one lousy pistol.
No, wait. I just remembered. I just had it in my pocket. You might as well take that too. That's everything.
And also, why only on Novaria? That's really weird.
Spaceport call. What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Would you rather be a snitch or a corpse?
Oh, his name's Powell.
That just sets the tone for this playthrough, doesn't it?
That's all I know, really. So let's try to keep things friendly from here on in, okay?
I have to go.
Good luck.
I remember, yeah, Intel was a very big thing. It was weird, because it was like, for the longest time, until I actually, probably around 2010, I want to say, I was a Mac user. So, like, all this stuff people would say is like, oh, well, Intel and this and this and this. I only saw it from an outside perspective, so, like, I could not have told you what, like, an AMD processor was, really.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Ha ha. Could we just ignore him and keep running?
A Turian? You know him?
Sort of. Not really.
He was with us at the Normandy.
Something's moving, over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
I like the way you hid behind those crates during the fight. Really helped us out. Thanks a lot.
Me? But
Sarcastic,
but
Shepard
I'm
is
just a
sarcastic.
dock worker. I don't even have a weapon. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
What the hell are you talking about?
There were two Turians here. Your friend and another one he
I
called
love the
Saren.
changes between, like, what the text says and, like, what he actually says. It's
He
like,
let his guard down.
there was another one?
Saren
Translation. The hell are you talking about?
back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
Where'd Saren go after he killed Nihilus?
He jumped on the cargo train and headed over to the other platform. Probably going after the beacon. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
Wait, there's an elevator? Wait. I thought they were all tied to loading times. Because, like, I've been playing this on the PS5, and it, like, you get on the elevator and it's like 2 seconds, and you can skip the dialogue and skip straight to the end of the elevator ride.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks. For the smuggling ring.
What?
Oh, OG.
I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
That makes me even more upset. You're telling me those long freaking elevator rides in the original were, like, programmed to be that long, even if they didn't need to be? I think that those elevator rides account for, like, a third of my playtime in the original game.
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing.
Ah, jeez.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Hand over those grenades. Now.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember exactly what conversation options, because I know you can kill this guy.
Too many people died here for you to start jerking me around.
Good. That was the right one.
Right. There was something else. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
What? Wait, I thought I could kill him. Oh, darn. I forgot to save. Don't do the boogie down there. Keep coming. Keep coming. Ah. Which elevator is the one that's, like, actually tied to the load time? Oh. The Normandy elevator. That actually makes a lot of sense. I always wondered why that one seemed like it was more, I guess, random than like any other elevator. Did we just leave the rest of the cargo elevator thing behind? There was like multiple cars.
The entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Let's see here. What the? Shepherd tickets. Cole was the name of the guy at the docks. Powell. Powell's the name of the docks. Okay.
Demolition charges.
Trying to find out if we could actually kill that guy.
We need to find them all and shut them down.
Well, maybe I was alright. Maybe I was wrong. I thought you could kill the guy with the smuggling ring, but I'm looking at the wiki here. It says there's nothing about it. What are you guys doing here? Someone have rockets? No rockets. Vanguard, actually. We did character creation before stream, just to get it out of the way, so we didn't have to really do anything. But yeah, we're Vanguard, just simply because, I don't know, I plan on kind of keeping the same kind of build all the way through the trilogy, and Vanguard is by far, just personality-wise, seems to match what I'm kind of going for, the charge in and blow things up kind of person. Of course, you can't really tell, because Vanguard isn't too different in Mass Effect 1 in comparison to things like Mass Effect 2, where you have, like, the charge ability and... But I mean, it's not really a huge thing, because it's... I mean, we're playing on casual difficulty, so... Mostly I just kind of went with whatever was going to seem like it was going to be fun. So, I kind of went with Vanguard, because... Historically, like, all of my evil shepherds have been Vanguards for some reason. Get out of the way. There we go. First run of Legendary for Adept and Engineer. You know, I actually never played an Engineer. Like, I can't... I've done Sentinel. I think I've done pretty much every other class in a playthrough, except Engineer. I always end up just kind of like finding weird things where it's like personality-wise they end up getting like connected to each other. Like Vanguard always ends up being a heavy Renegade build, like heavy Renegade build. Adept always is a Paragon build, a Paragon playthrough, and
something must have activated it.
Sentinel tends to be kind of a middle of the road, go either way type of thing. Infiltrator tends to be mostly Renegade. Yeah, I can't think of a single time I've actually done an engineering playthrough. I suppose they'll let me skip this, because I'm...
Shepard!
Nope.
No, don't touch it!
Well, I didn't expect Shepard to die so quickly, but...
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy. A human alliance vessel. It was...
I like how he's just sitting there like he has a headache.
They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
Can this wait, Venezia? I just had a drink, too much to drink last night, and I just...
This human must
Yeah, I'm surprised they have not fixed that glitch. That is my favorite. Maybe it's just because people, like, if you know about it, it's like everyone's favorite exploit in this game to just get quick max reputation.
Doctor Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Like death. Get it? Because that's my name.
Like the morning after shore leave. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
They did patch it where Mass Effect 2 transfers 100,000 credits from ME1 instead of 10%. It's probably for the best. Considering how much money you can really easily rack up in Mass Effect 1. It's the only game in the series of the trilogy where you literally can make infinite amount of money. Because there's no cap on sources of money and things you can sell. Whereas the other games, the only sources of income are either for pretty much just missions, or the occasional, like, gambling or something like that. Like, I remember in Mass Effect 2, it was a huge nightmare to be like, make sure you budget everything precisely to try and afford all the stuff.
Where's the beacon now? What happened to it?
I don't care about this conversation.
System overload, maybe.
What? I can't skip this?
The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
Was I hurt?
What's the damage, Doctor?
Physically, you're fine. But I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense...
I saw...
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh. Captain Anderson.
How's our EXO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going
Glad
to
hear it.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
It just looked if you had the achievement or trophy, and it just gave you 100K?
Are you sure you're okay?
So was there any, like, situation where it would give you 10% of your credits transfer over from ME1? Or is it just, if you just started a new playthrough and had the trophy, it would just give you 100K?
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea...
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Command. I won't lie.
The Geth would have wiped out the whole
A rogue Spectre's trouble.
Yes, he was blah blah blah. No one can die in this scene.
A vision.
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
They look nothing like the Geth.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
They'll think I'm crazy.
We don't know what... He has...
They don't know what.
It's not...
When have they...
I'll contact... We should be
Yep,
getting close.
We gotta talk to the Citadel.
Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Blah 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 blah. Summary. Saren bad guy. Don't like human. Want to kill human. This bad. We need to talk to Citadel. What up, Ashley? I know you want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. We'll talk after Vermeer. How about that?
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if it had an in-game tracker or not. I think it did. I want to say it did because you could actually see your progress, and the only way you could do that on like the Xbox originally is like with the in-game trackers. Behold, Space France.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Wow, house sizes and everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
I'm pretty sure the bigger ship has more firepower.
Monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers on any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Is it?
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance.
Look, I'm just saying, I've played to the end of this whole thing, and,
You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
I don't know if they're actually on our side.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
This line of dialogue is pretty much a meme to me at this point.
On the borders of the Terminus systems.
This is an outrage!
Humanity was well aware of the risks.
I don't know why. It just always sticks in my mind, that
You can't
performance.
just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Oh, hey, got his love! Thank you!
Captain Anderson.
Yeah, the difference is definitely, like,
Just the ground team from Eden Prime. In case
the other is the Destiny
I
Ascension.
have the mission.
I mean,
I assume they're
you're not wrong.
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. If they don't stop him, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Because he gave us clearance to get in? Think anyone ever notices that I'm hacking into all these computers? I really don't want to talk to you. There we go. That's an important one to get because that allows us to wipe out the cult later. I have never noticed that before. Why is there just a pile of leaves in this corner? Like, I get it from they're from the tree, but why is it just all in this one corner? That's weird. I don't know why. I've never noticed that before.
To the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
True. I mean, at that point, we are doing all the top secret stuff and everything, but...
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the Council. Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
I just like the fact that you could just walk into, like, the executor of CSAC, and he's just sitting there just like, what are you doing? And you just walk right past him over to his other side computer, not the one on his main desk, but the one he keeps off to the side, and then hack into it and then leave. It's like, you think that would throw, like, a red flag somewhere. I don't think Adina cares if we hack into his computer, but...
Sounds like you came up empty.
Saren's a Spectre. Most of his activities are classified. I couldn't find anything solid. But I know he's up to something. Like you humans say, I feel it in my gut.
I think the
Do you have a gut?
for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Oh yeah, maybe they'll listen to me. That's... They're not gonna listen to Citadel security. They're definitely not gonna listen to me. This is the most relaxed man on the Citadel.
Don't be ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the council for years.
There's that, like, where the NPCs always end with, like, exiting, like, just off to, like, the left-hand side. And then the other one is, I love, is... Because they call attention to it in Mass Effect 3 with the DLC, where, like, how often Shepard ends conversations with, I should go?
But there is nothing.
I never noticed it until the DLC brought it up. I've noticed so many times how many times he just goes, I should go.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Yeah.
Anderson. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon... But what can you expect?
Saren despises
Shepard. This meeting has...
Yeah. Generally, this is just, there's not enough evidence to prove anything, and...
I'm glad to see
this meeting is adjourned.
We need to find better proof that Saren was involved.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history.
I mean, really, it was a mistake to have the hearing in the first place. No one knows actually thought this was going to go anywhere.
We get for one reason: to exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
We need to deal with Saren ourselves.
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC
I do like the fact that, like, every now and then, the
He was asking for more time to finish his report.
the party members always have, like, the best side conversations that just jump in and have, like, things they say. I absolutely love them.
Like Saren. If he can help, we need to find him. I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down.
Makes me sad we'll be killing Rex, because he has some great lines later on.
Last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with it.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with
I'll take...
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's.
I thought
couldn't hurt to go.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard.
So generally what we just got was, we need better leads, we need to figure out what's going on. What does that mean?
That guy's up to something.
What guy?
The one over by the Keeper.
The guy we're standing in front of. And not gonna bother, I don't know, whatever.
What?
I could use the extra XP.
Yes, it's...
We're just talking.
So far I've had...
Why were you
I'd like to do it.
I'm going.
So long.
Oh, did I just skip the quest?
Oh, it's you again. Is there something you want?
Yes, I've decided to help you.
You'll need... I'll even send a few credits your way for...
I should get...
I don't care about the credits, I care about the XP. And also the fact that I have every single one of these keepers memorized. Yeah, nothing beats Hack It Out. Hackett, just in general, is just a force to be reckoned with. You don't get the voice of Bishop from the Alien franchise, one of the most powerful and recognizable voices in all of sci-fi, not, like, just bring your A game with that performance. I mean, that is the one thing, is like, for some of the NPCs, like, they are working with some star-studded talent. I like in the Legendary Edition, they actually changed it with the Keepers, so you actually don't need the one on the dock.
Maybe. But I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
That's just it. I'm hearing it everywhere. It's not just...
No, they actually changed it. You can actually complete it by getting all of them except the one on the dock. There is now, to complete the mission, you need 15 keepers instead of 16. So you need, like, exactly one less, so you don't have to get the one on the dock anymore. And if you do get the one on the dock, you can miss one more. It's just, you need all of them except for one. And for most people, it's the dock, because that's the last place you can go when you're first visiting the Citadel, because it's locked to you until you get the Spectre approval and all that stuff.
Look at that bug thing.
Please do not disturb the keepers.
Oh, I'm going to disturb the keepers. Oh, there's 21? Well, then you just need 20. I can't remember exactly the number of them. I just know where they all are. Yeah, I think even it says on the quest now. Yep, you only need 20 to complete the quest instead of all 21. Well, since we're here, let's talk to Barlavon.
What's this? You were at Torfin, correct?
You've got me at a
I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. I also offer premium services for those clients. Even if his true motives were to help his people, you would...
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Wait, do I need to talk to someone else to get the Barlavon conversation? I might. I'm doing this all out of order than I usually do it. It's weird, because I've played this game so many times at this point, where it's just kind of like, hey, I know the exact order I always do this in. And right now, I'm not doing it in that order. Like, for one, I turned left instead of right after you got off the Citadel Tower, so I'm usually going the other way around. Yeah, I don't blame people having 100% players expressing difficulty finding it, because it literally cannot be found until you've already gotten your Spectre status, and then you have to go to the docks, and then you get an automated cutscene to leave on the Normandy, which you can't skip, which takes you off, which makes you big speech. So you have to leave the Citadel, come back to the Citadel to get out on the docks, and then scan the last keeper. Very annoying quest. I can see why they changed it.
That's him.
Now, there is one thing I can say about the old control setup is that the fact that you have to be very precise with where you target things.
Those were Saren's men.
I have targeted the floor behind enemies so many times in this game. Don't mind us, we just have our guns out.
Go away. Back off, Rex. Fizz told us to take you down if you showed up. What are you waiting for? I'm standing right here.
He gets the best lines.
If he's smart, he'll take it. He's not coming out, Rex. End of story. This story is just beginning. Out of my way, humans. I have no...
This story is just beginning. Pause, 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 pause. Walk away. Alright, Argo, thank you for stopping in. Hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Alliance military. I could have been a Marine, you know. Instead, I joined the goddamn Citadel security. Biggest mistake of my life.
I'm looking for a C-Sec officer, a Turian named Garrus.
Yeah, we look for Garrus.
Garrus? I know where Garrus is. You gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
Just tell me where Garrus is before this gets ugly.
But it's all related. The captain used to be
Ooh.
a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor. And then he blew it.
How is that related to where Garrus
Screwed up
is?
his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
Just tell me where Garrus went.
Yeah, I don't understand what that's connected to.
Dr. Michelle's office. She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Last I heard, he was going back there.
Thank you.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good.
I'm out of here. Hey, Bouncer.
The back rooms are private, reserved for Fist and his friends.
I'm going.
Goodbye.
Enjoy the club.
Sure. I'll enjoy the club.
Maybe it's not true. Harkin's an ass.
Maybe it's not true. No, it's true. But, I mean, it's kind of confidential, so maybe that's why? Also, Ashley, you've been here for like 6 hours. Maybe you're not on... Maybe he did tell us. You don't know that. Scan.
Commander Shepard? Excuse me, Commander Shepard!
Yes.
I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel.
What do you need?
I was hoping you might share anything you find during
Okay, we'll
Like a good cop.
Thank you, Commander.
just pick that up for some extra XP really quick. Most of these side quests are not super crucial to anything. Although she does give us one where we can inadvertently kill people by causing her to essentially not be able to report on terrible working conditions.
You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so
Yeah.
honored to meet
Wait, how do you know if I'm the out hero of the airplane?
I know
How
you?
much has that been reported on?
No, I'm just a fan. One of your biggest fans, actually.
Thanks,
My name's
Conrad.
Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
I don't have time for this, Conrad. I'm not here to be a role model.
I'm here to kill people.
Oh, far be it for me to get in your...
Thank you. Wait, this just takes us back to Cora's Den, doesn't it? It's like the other door in Cora's Den. I would not mind the running out of, like, the ability to run, like having the stamina meter or whatever go down. It's the heavy breathing afterwards that always just kind of gets to me. I don't know why. Just like, no, dude, just slow down for a little bit. It's fine. Chill out.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear.
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or we'll... Who are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
Yay! Yeah, target right on them like that. And done.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
You took him down clean.
Sometimes you get lucky. Dr. Michelle,
Sometimes
are you hurt?
you get lucky.
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
Why were they threatening you? Who do they work for?
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
There's a Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian...
What is a
came to my
Quarian?
office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Ooh.
Then what?
I put her in contact with Fist.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Uh-oh.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must
$10 and a leftover sandwich from McDonald's.
Shadow Broker to get.
She must have something that proves he's a traitor. Did the Quarian mention anything about Saren or the Geth?
She did. The information she was going to trade. She said it had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren
Really?
down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
Welcome
Okay.
aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we saw him in the bar.
A Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist
Getting
accused
arrested.
of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Gotcha.
Move out.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from Fist's thugs, Commander. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there.
Stick to medicine. You're not cut
That's
out.
good advice.
Yeah.
Be going now.
Good
Don't
luck, Commander.
don't
Nice
stick to being a doctor. Don't try and negotiate with thugs. Yes, it's exactly. You know, it's like she had a lot of choice in the matter. I love these public extranet terminals. I always kind of got cute because they look like exercise bikes with keyboards. Apparently, this is how in the Mass Effect you get on the internet in the public. You get a little bike box.
Your biotics are impressive, Lieutenant. I'm surprised that humans stopped using the L2 configuration with results like yours.
My addicts can be pretty bad, and I'm one of the lucky L2 implants. The L3s are safer.
Yeah. But I prefer the M1s. Maybe even the R4s. Although I've heard good things about the R2-D2s.
Witnesses saw you making threats in Fist's bar. Stay away.
Stay away from him.
I don't take
This is your only warning, Rex.
This is the best cutscene in the game.
I will kill him.
You want me to
Want me
arrest
to
you?
arrest you? I want to see you try. Just, I cannot get over how much I love that introduction to Rex.
Do I know you, human?
I'm going after Fist. I don't want you getting in my way.
Now I recognize you. Commander Shepard from the Alliance.
I'm gonna kill Fist. I know who you are.
We're both warriors, Shepard. Out of respect, I'll give you fair warning. I'm going to kill Fist.
Fist knows you're coming. We'll have a better chance if we all work together.
My people have a saying. Seek the enemy of your enemy, and you will find a friend.
Why does every species have that saying?
Let's go.
I mean, it's good advice, but I just think the fact that everybody has the same idiom. Oh yeah, I've got a lot of points now. Dang. Can I unlock shotguns? Thank you. Unlock Adrenaline Burst. And put a point in Intimidate. Garrus. Need that to unlock. And Rax.
Okay, Julie. Let me get this straight. Your business.
Hey there. Oh, you're not C-Sec, are you? Did you want something?
I think I'll be going.
I can't skip the dialogue because I just ended the dialogue. Oops.
Oh, it's you again. They still won't believe me, you know.
Who? What?
Nobody believes me.
What do you want us to do?
My colleague is trying to kill me.
Kill you?
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me.
Oh my god, that must mean he wants you killed.
All the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know.
Have you thought that maybe he just really, really likes you? Like, likes you?
Is there something I can do?
Would you? That's... He thinks he can just push me around.
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Sure, Ben.
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after...
I better look...
Well... Oh, there you are. Have you spoken...
I haven't gone there yet.
Of course.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click you again. Thought there was another terminal I could use in here, but... Scan the Keeper. Scan the terminal. So much empty space in this one compared to like the later games. It definitely was a very like prototype-ish type of game. Let's see, who do we need to talk to next? We need to go to Cora's den and kill Fist. Let's see, who else do I have on my list here? Ah, right, we need to go and do that. That one I can do now. Back. Ward's locations. Go back to the markets here. I was trying to look at my list of who I can kill. One of the first ones is I gotta go and get a mission started to talk to someone over in CSEC. To do that, we need to go and make sure we gotta talk to Rita over here in Flux.
Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. So, what can I do for you?
You got problems? Yeah, your sister? Okay. Yeah, just going.
If they find out what she's doing, they'll kill her.
Being
I don't know.
Have you tried talking to them? No, they're all hush-hush? Then I'll go talk.
Would you? Well, I should get back to work before I...
Excellent. Fantastic. Wonderful.
Thanks.
Quasar! No desire to play Quasar right this second. See, now we've got the suspicious scan off of the Quasar machine, which will ultimately lead to us tracking down an artificial intelligence, which, granted, isn't a person that we can kill, but it is a sentient presence that we can kill, so I'll take it.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects.
Not future projects. My favorite is when you're running on the elevator or something like that. It really only happens with, or it's really only noticeable with Ashley and Caden, since you're all humans. But they'll all start like stretching their necks and bobbing their heads in the same order at the same time. It just becomes this hilarious, like, synchronized bit, like the Night at the Roxbury guys. Everybody's just in the elevator. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm surprised that you're willing to kill your own, Rex. Aren't the Krogan just a few generations away from extinction?
You don't get it. For all your talk of honor and pride, the Turians never had to test their principles in a real struggle. Anyone who fights us is either stupid or on Saren's payroll.
I feel like this conversation only makes sense later in the game.
The former is a favor to the universe.
Because, like, at this point, all we've really signed on to do is, like, kill Fist. Like, the mission to stop Saren, like, I'm on a mission to stop Saren, but you two are just here to kind of, like, do a job? Yeah, keep her, blah, blah, blah. I think that's most of the fast travel points.
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area.
This one believes that, but this one would be wrong. I know, the question is, will we do the big stupid jellyfish thing? Probably, but not right now. I mean, for one, no one dies in it.
Another relay. Whoever it is, they're somewhere on the Presidium.
Move. You gotta go kill an AI.
This is it. I'll see if I can find out where those stolen credits are going.
Probability of detection 100%. Initiating self-destruct protocol.
See? We convinced the AI to commit suicide.
Sequence initializing. All organics within lethal blast radius. Attempt to move and you will die.
You're not just a program or a VI. You're an AI.
Which means you're a point.
Unlike the Geth, I lack weaponry appropriate to my intellect. However, I have had... If you attempt to leave the area, the explosion will destroy everything within several dozen meters.
Enough talk. We will fight.
I'll bet that self-destruct sequence has a warm-up period.
You may attempt to disarm the self-destruct mechanism before it activates. I will enjoy defeating you before we are both destroyed.
Aha! But little did you know... Up, down, up, down, up, down, what? Up, there. We have officially killed an AI. We'll take it. How many more keepers do I need? 4 more. I can do that really quick. Just to get some extra XP before we have the big fight in Korra's Den.
This one believes it has the right.
Wait, is this the Presidium? Or not the... It is!
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
I didn't realize we were already back to the embassies here. Are there 4 keepers in here? I have at least 3. Maybe there's one I missed. One time I actually had that keeper bug out and like disappear into the ground. I could still scan it, but it was weird. Open the door! I want in! Let me in! I don't want to talk to diplomats. And then the third one I know about is... Ugh, not Palin. Palin, whatever.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal their secrets.
Now we just need one more. I'm trying to think where it is. Open the door.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me
Just going through the entire list in my head. Oh, is it the one that's over here? Just past that one over there. I don't think I grabbed that one yet. And yes, I could go see Shayera, but no one dies in that quest line, so we're kind of skipping it. Because the only thing we're objectively looking for right now is just people to kill. And right now, the keepers. There's this guy back here. Is this the one we missed? No, we got him. Well, then I don't know. But that's okay, I know where a backup one is. It's time to bring death to Korra's den. There might be one in the lower markets that I missed. What's the other possibility? That's okay, we'll be getting there soon.
Looks like it's shut down.
Yeah, but it's full of...
Take cover!
Way easier to do this. I forgot how much fun this is to play. I've been doing a playthrough that was on insanity difficulty. I forgot being able to just, you know, run through and shoot stuff. How much fun that is in this game. Still someone out here that we missed? The bartender, who has now run towards the door. You have an eye patch? You did!
We got them all, Shepard.
He was a pirate bartender. That's awesome. Let's hope Rita's sister had the day off.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back or we'll shoot.
See, I could intimidate them and not have to fight them, but that means less people die.
Take him out.
Why do I have to do everything myself? Can we break those? Ah! Those guys seriously shoot through your armor. Jeez. There, we got at least one down. Surprised even on casual difficulty how much those things just rip through your armor. Oh, and he healed all the way up.
Hold the line.
There, now we got that. Take him away. Oh, he just goes down as soon as you beat the...
Don't kill me, I surrender.
Yeah, start talking.
Tell me where the Quarian is, and I won't have to shoot you in the kneecaps.
She's not here. I don't know where she is. That's the truth.
He's no use to you now. Let me kill him.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know where the Quarian is, but I know where you can find her. The Quarian isn't here. Said you'd only deal with the
See, that's the whole thing with this kind of playthrough, is the fact that you want to kind of focus on just trying to get as many people as possible dead. Story decisions, if there's a play to avoid violence, you don't take it.
Ever. Even I don't know his true identity.
Your head is a square.
I told her I'd set a meeting.
You look like Doom
When
Guy.
she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
Tell me where that meeting is before I blow your lying head off.
Here on the wards, the back alley by the markets. She's supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry.
What are you doing? The Shadow Broker paid me to kill him. I don't leave jobs half done.
A lot of people died because of him. He had
Yeah.
it coming. Now let's move.
And we're gonna try and decrypt his stuff. Take all that. We got the optical disc. Why are they trying to find us on the way out? Is it because we killed their boss? It's probably because we tried to kill their boss. Jeez. Guy's super quick running. We got that. Alright, I think that's everybody. Good. So we need to get out of here. We gotta find a Quarian. It'd be very more helpful if we knew what a Quarian was. But at this point in the game, no one's ever explained to me what a Quarian is. So as far as I know, we're looking for, like, a mouse? Mm-hmm.
Did you bring it?
Oh, that's a Quarian.
Where's Fist?
That doesn't answer anything.
Where's the evidence?
No way. The deal's off.
Also, the creepy groping is unnecessary when you're looking for the evidence.
Fist set me up. I knew
Well,
I
yeah.
couldn't trust him.
Don't worry about Fist. He got what was coming to him.
Then I guess there are two things I need to thank you for. Who are you?
I don't have time for questions. I need the evidence you have against Saren.
Yeah, all the evidence.
I guess I owe you. But not out here in the open. We need to go somewhere
Out
safe.
here? We're in an alley
Human embassy.
with doors closed on both sides. The human embassy has a big balcony. There's not even windows. Anyone can walk by and hear what you're talking about.
Easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many? Who's this? A Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
This Quarian can help us bring down Saren. I would have told you that if you hadn't jumped down my throat.
I apologize, Commander. This whole thing with Saren has me a bit on edge. Maybe we should just start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali. Tali's
Like, even if you're a complete renegade, there's no reason to like Udina.
Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
What kind of evidence did you find? How did you get it?
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. Since they drove my people into exile, the Geth have never ventured beyond the Veil. I was curious. I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become separated from its unit. Then I disabled it and removed its memory core.
I thought the Geth fried their memory.
You
cores
ripped
when they
out
died.
its brain.
Some kind of defense mechanism.
What did you find out?
Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
Saren won't get out of this one.
Wait, there's more. Saren wasn't working alone.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
Yay! What?
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
What?
Are
What?
they some kind of new alien species?
According to the memory core, the Reapers were
New
a
alien
hyper-advanced
species drop.
machine race that existed 50,000 years ago. The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction, and then they vanished. At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sir. Sir's fine. Alright, Barry. And yeah, it's Sir.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now. I saw the Protheans being wiped out by the Reapers.
Nice to meet you, Barry.
They revere the Reapers as gods, the pinnacle of non-organic life. And they believe Saren knows how to bring the Reapers back.
The Council is just going to love this.
This is a lot to handle. They might just ignore everything we tell them.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
The captain's
Well, thank you.
right. We need to present this to the Council right away.
I'm having fun with it.
What about her? The Quarian.
My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Anderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the Council. Take a few minutes to collect yourself, then meet us in the tower.
Collect yourselves. So if I take Rex and her, that gives me equal balance. Yeah, sure, why not? Never ran with both Rex and Tali. Oh, I've got more points to assign. I have to go so deep into these trees just to get my medium armor. Rex has 4 points. See, he just has, there, heavy armor, done. And Talizora there. Alright, from there, we can Get a few more of the quests we have remaining done.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Could you
What?
spare a moment of...
No, because your quest doesn't help me in any way. Not my goal, at least. Wards. Corsden. Gotta go back to Corsden now that it's not trying to completely kill us. Oh, that's the... yeah. Wrong door! There we go. Jenna!
Hi, I'll be with you in just a sec.
I need to talk to you about your work with CSEC.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need to get back to my customers.
This isn't a game, Jenna. These people are dangerous.
Now you sound like my sister. Why is everyone so concerned about me? I can take care of myself.
Sound just like your
I need
sister.
to go. I'm not a stripper. I don't get paid to stand around and look pretty.
Tough girl.
If you've got questions about Jenna, meet me at CSEC Academy.
No. Who?
What did you just say?
Push off. I never did nothing to you. Damn newcomers. Think they can run the place.
What the hell was that about?
I guess we'd better go find out.
Yeah. It's not like we have any way of knowing. And since we're literally right here...
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
You can start by telling me
I'm
the
not sure
truth.
what you're referring
Quit
to.
stalling.
You
Your friend.
spoke
Yeah.
with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
What about
No,
data?
But you're gonna tell me. Everything.
You boys can go. Looks like my plan is not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little...
What's going on?
The company we work for developed an... Jalid and I saw even more potential. Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keeper?
What's so special about...
After
Keepers can be... no one's ever scanned them.
Commander. You know we can do it.
Why are you trying to kill your partner?
I'm not trying to kill him.
Yeah?
Jalid's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
I should kill both of you idiots.
We lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this...
Unfortunately, this quest does not let us kill both of these idiots.
You'll just continue gathering data for me. And you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
If it'll help further the scientific cause.
Very good. The data you're gathering for me is useless if Jalid won't...
If I have
Thank
time,
you.
I'll talk.
And happy scanning, Commander.
Happy scanning. Happy little scans. Happy little scanning. Happy little scanning. Pretty sure I got that one.
Word on the street? I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here.
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
Yeah, there you go.
For your trouble.
I had to kill people for these discs. They're worth more than you're offering.
I like how ominous the music just got.
This?
It's like dun 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 dun.
I did ask you to help me, so here. This should be more than adequate. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's...
Let's see. Is she doing the... This is an easy way to check if she's progressed to, like, the next quest. Yep, she's on the phone.
I need those
Can and you will, or you don't disappear.
Who was that on the vid?
Someone from my past. I can take care of it.
I might be able to help you.
I was fired by my previous employer for
I can
putting out
potentially.
They never filed any charges. They just wanted to
I like how it get real nice all of a sudden when there's a potential to kill someone.
must have found out. I have to give them what they want. If the board finds out about my past, I could lose my license.
Maybe I can get you out of this.
I have to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the market.
Give me your contact's name. I'll deal with this guy.
Deal with him? But won't they expose my past?
They won't bother you again. I guarantee it.
I see. Maybe it's better if I don't know anymore.
Yeah, probably better.
Norland, down in the markets. I really appreciate this, Commander. Thank you.
Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
Good luck, Commander. Be careful down there.
So, yeah. Someone's blackmailing her. Okay, I scanned that one. From there, we can go... Actually, no, it's not a Presidium location. I always forget C-Sec is technically in the wards. Because it visually is very much more styled like the Presidium, and it's, you know, law and order and all that stuff, but... Alright, Jalid.
Hello again.
What is it?
Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
I found out you've been lying to me, Jalid.
Yeah, you lied.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
You lied to us about the Keeper data.
Why would I lie to you?
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data, so well, I was hoping you'd take care of him.
Uh-huh.
I'm scanning the Keepers for Shorban, but you two need to stop fighting.
Well, if... I appreciate the help, Commander.
Unfortunately, I can't kill them. Which I guess would probably be a good thing, considering I'm in the middle of, like, the police office.
No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
Watch your tone, Chelik.
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
I don't care.
We were trying to help her.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk, but we're keeping a close eye on her.
It's too dangerous. You need to find another way.
It's not that simple, Shepard. This
Why not?
job isn't easy and it's usually unpleasant.
Oh, because you're cops.
But since you're so concerned with her safety, maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Always thinking ahead, Detective?
As part of the job. Now, are you going to help me or not?
Alright.
I'll help you, but I need some details.
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. I just need some of their product. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a seller here on the Citadel. Meet our man named Jax. Pick up the mods and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
Where can I find this Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
You will not find it suspicious whatsoever. I just heard something go blip. No idea what. So that brings us to 2 quests now we have in the lower. Just real quick, I want to check. I'm pretty sure I got this one down here. I did. Can I go up on the docks yet? Like, will it actually let me go?
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong
Wow.
investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Really? She's very talented then. I know, right? You don't need that one. You only need 20 of the 21, as I was saying earlier, but since we couldn't, off the top of my head, remember where the other one was, we'll just scan that one as a
A
backup.
Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be...
Yeah. Do not enkindle. Alright. So, now we travel here. Lore markets, but it's easier to go to Kor's Den, because it's right there. Okay, first things first.
Hold it. That's close enough, Army. You got my payment?
Do you have the X-Mods?
Show them the merchandise.
Yeah, show me the goods.
Right. Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
I don't think so.
The weapons.
The hell are you playing at?
Sorry, Jax. This is the end for you.
Stupid ass Army.
See, we could usually resolve this in a much less violent manner. But he has a name. He can die. We're taking care of him here. Excellent. Now, Morlin, I understand you are blackmailing the doctor. You just saw what happened over here.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Many good supplies.
You were expecting a delivery of medical supplies?
But I was told the doctor would be bringing them.
Things have changed, Morlin.
A change, but the doctor... This is not right, human.
Shut up, Moreland. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
Leave the doctor alone, or you'll have to deal with me.
I'm pretty sure I can fight him.
I can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start telling people about the doctor's little secret.
Yep, kill him.
That secret dies with you.
Then we do this the hard way.
No, we don't. He technically doesn't have a name, but I still find it better to kill him.
Well, that'll certainly change things around. For the better. He was a brute. A bully.
Who's Baines?
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke with the doctor.
Goodbye.
Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human.
So, there we go. That's 2 more quests where we can kill people down. We have Jax and the Blackmailer. Put that on my list here. All taken care of.
Commander, how did things go?
I killed him.
Oh,
there you go.
I didn't realize things would get so... At least it's over. I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
The thug said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
What can you tell me about it?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracted.
What about your captain?
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could... Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'll be going now.
I'll just spoil it for you. The captain cannot tell us anything. You ask him about it, I was like, Baines has been dead for like years. I feel like this was a quest that was meant to go somewhere, and then they just kind of like, no time. But it feels like it was supposed to, like, lead into something, because it's, like, all this build-up and hinting at, like, Baines. And the only payoff you ever get is, Baines is dead. And he has been. So... who knows? Time to go get yelled at by the cop.
What the hell happened down there, Commander?
Quit your whining. Here's your shipment.
Damn it! I've got to get on this right away before Jackson's superiors get wind of his death.
What about our deal?
Jenna will be removed from harm's way. You've put me in a bit of a bind here, Commander. See yourself out when you're ready.
Yeah, I put you in a bind. You know what would have made you not in a bind? If you had just gotten her out without saying anything in the first place. But no, you wanted to have a hissy fit and make me do your dirty work. Alright, now we go to the Presidium Tower.
Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarian's evidence to the Council.
Oh.
Eden Prime.
Her name is Tally, by the way.
The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
Now it's time for Udina to be a showman. You ready for it?
There it is.
There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
Who's she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods.
So, like,
Saren is the prophet for their return.
they're combine harvesters?
Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
I tried to warn you about Saren, and you refused to face the truth.
This is different.
Yeah.
You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers...
These games are very anti-politician. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
It will happen again.
Saren is a rogue.
There's actually something could be there's an academic paper that could be written about exactly Mass Effect's take on democratic politicians are bad and military strength is superior. It's
A Citadel fleet could secure
very much in the vein of like Starship Troopers, where it's this kind of like might makes right, military strength, fascist kind of thought process.
Every time humanity asks for help, you ignore us.
Shepard's right. I'm sick of this council and its anti-human bull.
Ambassador, there is another.
I never noticed there's a sound effect of someone going in the background.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
It was a Turian Spectre who betrayed this council, and it was a human who exposed him. I've earned this.
Yeah, give me a job. Give me infinite authority.
Commander Shepard.
Give me the power to life and death. I like the idea that none of these people really know what's going on. They're just kind of like, oh, something important. Ooh, what is this? Come on, where are you going? There, let me see.
The Special Tactics and Reconnaissance Branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal.
I like the fact that the Spectre is an acronym. It's like a shortening of like Special Tactics and Reconnaissance, which means not only is this a word, a title that was
both our first and last line of defense.
Presented in English, despite the fact that everyone it predates these aliens meeting humanity.
Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you.
But it actually is a backronym that works in English as well. I'm just saying. It's someone. I want to know the history of how they came up with that term.
I've been ready for this.
Really? Because does it work across all languages? Does it like
justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
does Special Tactics and Reconnaissance break down in like the Salarian language and also break down into their word for specter or ghost?
I'll find it.
I want to know. I'm so curious about that.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
Party hats and maybe some drinks. Those little streamers. We'll need streamers.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
Bastard didn't even thank you.
What do you expect from a politician?
See?
Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
Oh, I'm betting it was that one back there that was the one we missed.
Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre, Commander. I'm certain you'll be up to the challenge.
I appreciate that.
My name is Admiral Kahoku.
Hey.
It's about time the Alliance got one of our own in with the Spectres. We need people.
What problems?
Something wrong, Admiral?
Maybe we lost, but that doesn't apply to you, Shepard. Spectres can go anywhere they want. You could find out.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I'm going to stay here and see. I'll upload the.
This is generally kind of a chain of missions that go for a good chunk of the game, and there's no one actually named that you get to kill. However, it does result in Kahoku dying.
Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
Maybe I can help. I'm not.
And that usually means one of two things. I won't give up on my brother. Maybe you could look into this. I'll forward.
I just grabbed this quest because I can't remember if there's something to it or not. I had it on my original list. It's on my list, but it's like one of those things where it's like, I need to double check whether or not that actually has anyone we can kill in it. Because I think his brother is dead either way. I think the only other thing that we can really do is start the quest with Helena Blake. Which I think just we need to go and see her in the financial district. And then once Helena Blake is on board, that'll be everything we've done. We've done everything we need to in the Citadel. We literally are done with the Citadel until we clear another planet, because then we can come back and do one more thing. But
got a moment, Spectre?
how do you know that?
A business proposition for you.
I've got plenty to do already.
Of course you do. But this would be easy work for you, and I pay extremely well.
I like mob boss Granny.
Powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
If they're as bad as you say they are, they need to be dealt with.
That way I can run the cookie
When
syndicate.
these men are dead, I will wait for you with the third set of coordinates.
My ginger snaps
Goodbye,
are to die
Commander.
for.
It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks, Granny. Alright. That said, where's the location? CSAC. Alright, squad. I got points that I can assign here. That's... Take that just in case. Take that. Oh, tally. Thank you. Can I toggle her helmet? No. I didn't think you would be able to, but I still think it'd be funny if you could. Alright, let's really quickly here just go through and see if I can find... some better armor. I can't do medium armor yet, but Scorpion is really good light armor. You don't have anything. Tally, you use a pistol, right? So, have the Stinger too. I've arrived at CSEC Academy.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week...
I just noticed how much detail is on Tally's outfit. Like, look around her waist, like all the little details that are on that armor. That has to just be from the Legendary Edition, right? Like, there's no way. I do not remember that much detail on her outfit.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
Woo! I mean,
quiet, and
aww.
you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
This isn't right. The
You
Normandy...
needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council.
What kind of leads?
Saren's gone.
We had reports of gas.
Yeah,
Find out
there's
if Saren
leads.
was after on Pharos and Noveria.
Anything else?
We have reports she was exploring an archaeological...
Sounds like...
Your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get
Start cleaning it up.
I'll take care of Saren. You take care of the political fallout.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre.
Oh, I was never human.
I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Yes, Commander.
What's up? Baines.
What do you know about Armistice?
See, this is the payoff.
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
I believe you.
People talking like he's still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military is keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
What can you tell me about the ship?
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything. Is there anything else, Commander?
I should go.
See, it just leads you down a rabbit hole, and it turns out Nothing.
Stand by.
I feel like Baines was supposed to be more of a prominent character in like maybe the Cerberus, like lead into the Cerberus storyline in this. Because he's doing like top secret military stuff and it's like...
Captain Anderson survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Ship's
What?
Behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Listen up,
Do the
Normandy.
ultimate renegade
This is your
speech
commander
here.
Speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. And I refuse to let anything get in the way of that mission. The Council wants to ignore this. That's no surprise. They've never helped us in the past. No reason they'd start now. But we don't need their help. We can do this on our own. Wherever Saren goes, we'll follow. Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down. None of the other species has the guts, grit, or balls
I love
to deal
this.
with this. So it's
Cut
up
to
us.
the other
We're
species.
the only ones that can stop Saren. I swear to you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain's not here. I'm in charge now, Joker, and time's wasting. Get this bird in the air.
Yes, sir.
Yeah! What? Okay, so... I think first up we should try and get some of these smaller bits and bobs out of the way here, the side missions that I have. Just because, I mean, we only got about a half an hour left on the stream, so... Let's see, then first one we have... Ooh, that one would be fun. Let's do the one in the Kepler Verge first. This one we should have a fun one. It's a murder-suicide situation to rack up some more deaths here for tonight's.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
And here's the mission.
I received some troubling information, Commander. We need your
Yep.
help. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
Former scientists. Sounds like someone has a project they'd like to keep secret.
All 4 scientists worked on a classified project on Akuz. There was
Akuzi?
a massacre there years ago. An entire unit was killed by Thresher Mows.
Ha!
It was classified as a natural hazard, but the project dates coincide with the attacks.
That can't be a coincidence.
There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck.
Fifth Fleet out. Thanks, Hackett. Alright, on Taram, I believe. I have this weird knack where I actually can, like, kind of remember all of the different landable planets because I've done this so much. I, like, had a complete sheet that had, like, a breakdown of which planets do you scan, which planets do you land on, what do you find on each of these planets, all this different stuff. So I used to go through and I literally 100%ed the first Mass Effect once. Like, everything, including all the collections, every single scan, every single mineral, everything. And since that, I've had a lot of things that... a lot of useless Mass Effect knowledge memorized. Come on, little Mako. Seems a lot bouncier on the PC than it does on the console. I don't know, maybe that's just me. It certainly does seem to me like the Mako bounces around a lot more on the PC version. Also, I love the weird sound effect that it makes when you boost, like... sounds like it's going like, Kyo! Something like that, I don't know. I actually flipped the Mako once and got stuck. And it wasn't until I stopped trying to move it that it actually just flipped over on its own. Cleo! Cleo! Point blank cannon fire. Here we go. Huh, do you think things have gone south here? I like the fact that it's like a dark green outfit with a bright pink, like, faceplate. It's interesting color choices. Who wakes up together and is like, okay, today I have to guard scientists. I want to look like a watermelon. I don't want that weapon. She needs a pistol. He needs an assault rifle. Upsie daisies. This is very disorientating. I don't know why. Although I will say, like, one of the big things I've always noticed is that, like, Mass Effect 1's combat is way more chaotic than the later entries. There we go. Oh, excuse me, I'm doing this wrong. Clear! How come the game always gives me, like, heavy armor when I'm playing a class that can't use heavy armor, and it never gives me heavy armor when I actually play a class that you can use it?
Stay back! I've got no grief with you.
Okay.
All I want is this bat.
Please! He's a madman!
His line got cut off.
Save
You need help!
It's Corporal! Corporal Toombs! You don't get to lie! Not today! Today it all comes out!
What are you talking about? Why do you want to kill this man?
Want? What I want is my life back. I want to go to sleep without screaming in my dreams. I want the people who sent me to Akuz brought to justice.
I thought it was pronounced Akazi.
See that Toombs is crazy? Shoot him!
I mean, I could.
I can't get that. I'll have to settle for killing the men who took my life away.
What did the doctor do to you, Corporal?
We were on Akuz. When the Thresher Maws hit, my entire unit was wiped out.
Oh!
The Thresher Maws. The scientists were studying them. They let them hit our unit just to watch. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientists were delighted I'd survived. Now they had someone to run tests on.
Oh. So this is a revenge.
You're killing them because they killed your unit.
You can't believe Toombs. He doesn't have any proof. I demand a fair trial.
Hush, hush, hush. Military talking.
Veins? I have. They wanted to see what it would do. They're part of some organization, Cerberus, that runs secret tests like this. They treated me like a lab animal.
With hindsight, I totally believe him. There's no ambiguousness once you find out, like... Do it.
If what you're saying is true, then pull that trigger.
Do it.
I won't stop you.
Do it.
Mr. Toombs, please! We had no choice!
Yay!
They had to die. You get it, right? I had no choice. But it's okay now. Now the scientists are just like my unit. No survivors.
No survivors. Toombs' corpse slumps to the floor. His face, pinched with rage for just a few minutes ago, appears peaceful. He resolved the situation in his own way. You salute the corporal's body, he deserves that at least, and turn to leave. See, if you do it the right way, you get 2. There's a couple ways to just get, like, 1. But, if you do play your cards right, you can get both of them dead.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Yeah.
I reviewed your report on the situation, Commander. It's unfortunate both the
Messed up, right? Yeah. Unfortunate.
You did your best under the circumstances.
Totally dead. Alright, so that's 1 down. According to this list I have here. Ooh. Let's do the cult before we end tonight. We could do the cult. We have time. There's a whole cult storyline going on in one of these. Was that Hawking Edda? Whoa! What was that? In Century. Now, the backstory for this...
Commander. Big surprise, the Alliance needs you again.
Thanks, Joker.
This is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. Major
Thanks, Hackett.
Your commanding officer, Torfin, has set up a small compound in the Hawking Edda cluster. He's attracted a number of biotic followers. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
I'll look into it.
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them.
Why do you believe that?
Is a cult shepherd. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
How permanent of a solution are you looking for?
We don't want this to turn into a massacre, Commander.
Aww.
It's dangerous. I trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Generally, if a planet has like a selectable moon, I find in this game, it's usually you can land on the moon. Because otherwise, you never see any moons that are clickable or like anything else. It's not like you can scan the moons. There's the biotic compound. That's what we want. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, fun random fact. There's a bunch of Amazon trucks that deliver stuff, because I live in an area where we see a lot of Amazon trucks. And they all, like, make, like, duck quacking noises when they back up. It's really weird. Like, instead of making beeping noises or something like that, someone just elected is like, you know, the beeping is too irritating. Oh, we should really make them do duck quacks. Okay. Do we live on a more rocky moon? I know the joke is that the Mako will climb up anything, but look. Gets stuck. Even with the booster, it doesn't go very far, and slides right back down. Like, clearly, there is a limit to how much the Mako can do. Despite the memes. Cleo! I can't be the only one that hears that. Alright. Is this here where the cult is? We're not a cult. We're an enlightened collective. Yep, this is the place.
Heading to position.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
One way or another, I'll find a way in.
Father Kyle told us that the Alliance would let us live in peace. This is your last warning. Go away or we will defend ourselves. Father Kyle told us that the Alliance would let us live in peace. This is your last warning. Go away or we will defend our— The compound is under attack!
Doesn't take much to convince them. Ow! He just kamehameha'd me. You're somewhere around here. I think some of them are upstairs. That one can't be upstairs, though. That one's way too far over here. Where are you? Shotgun to the back makes him jump up in the air. Alright, this... There we go. We got some metagel out of it. Isn't that nice? We killed a cult, we got some metagel. Is there like a computer or something in here to find, or... Here's the terminal. And we've opened up the bunker. Oh, good. That's never ominous. You're gonna go see Father Kyle. He's in the bunker. No, I didn't have to drive, but you know what? I did. Wonder if I'll still get to be able to have a conversation with Father Kyle at the end of all this.
I gotta be more careful.
Nope. No shooting fireballs through walls. That's cheating. Alliance control to Major Kyle. You've gone off the deep end. So we've sent Shepard to put you down. He was right there. That spooked me. All right.
Stop! Let no more of my children die. There has been enough killing. I know you, the Butcher of Torfen. Why have you come here, Shepard? Why can't you leave us alone?
What happened to those other Alliance officers? The ones who came
Yeah.
before me?
What happened to them?
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy.
Ah.
I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
I didn't come here to listen to a madman's preaching.
I speak, but you do not hear. You are like the others. A blasphemer who must die.
I'm sorry. That's just great. This is they both flying back in the gunfire. And the gun was so loud. It was the shotgun noise, but it was with the pistol. Alright, well. That's that. I know you, Butcher of Torfen. Alright. That's another one off the list. Head back to the Normandy here. Alright. I think that's going to be it for us tonight. That was fun. It's just kind of fun going back through these games and everything like that. And I do find it kind of fun to do something different with them. Like, actually, like, finding all of, like, a certain thing, which is, you know, which we're doing. We're, like, finding everybody we can kill. And we're killing them. And we're seeing how that affects the greater part of the story. Sometimes some of these things will carry through. Sometimes they won't. And, I mean, to be fair, Mass Effect 1, there's only a few, but probably more than you're probably thinking. You'll be surprised when we get to it. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight, whether you chatted, whether you lurked. I appreciate every single one of you. If you want to follow me and see what's going on, I suggest you check out Vicarion.com. Like I said, just posted a new post on there talking about what's going to be coming up, including the new plans for the stream, plans for the VTubing thing, what we're going to be doing for the 15th anniversary of me being an internet content creator, which is coming up in this fall. All sorts of different stuff. So check that out. From there, you can also find links to my YouTube, my Twitter, my Tumblr, all sorts of social media. As well as a bunch of other great stuff like story summaries and other things, my art pieces, stuff like that. It's just my main blog. It's a whole bunch of stuff, different things. So that's probably the best way to find me. As always, I always appreciate it right now if you give me a follow here on Twitch. Also, you know, follow me on Twitter, follow me, you know, on YouTube, stuff like that, depending on how you like to engage in the content. You want to see when I'm going live? You can follow me and chat with me live? Twitch is your best bet. If you just want to see the stuff get edited down into smaller chunks daily, get like 30-minute videos every day of like the playthroughs and everything we've been doing, the YouTube channel's great for that. And if you want to just get like general content from me, the blog, also fantastic. I appreciate all of it. So, that being said, I'll be back next Tuesday with more Final Fantasy VI. We're plugging away on the World of Ruin. We've almost got things done there. We're working on our last few recruitments. I think we're going after Strago in the cult tower. Strangely enough, we're going after another cult. So we'll be doing that next time on Tuesday. Until then, I appreciate it. I want to thank everyone out there. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you and good night.